A push for more green energy across Illinois has wind farms popping up everywhere. But for meteorologists, some wind farms are creating a challenge when it comes to reading Doppler radar. Take a look at this radar example in northern Macon County taken just this week. That isn't rain, it's turbulence being picked up by the Doppler, causing this false return, making it look like there's a storm when in fact there isn't. So what really causes this? Okay, so here's the problem. We've got the Doppler radar. It's normally sitting on a radar beam that's hitting precipitation, hailstones. And now we've got wind turbines spinning around in parts of central Illinois. It's creating a turbulence above those wind turbines. And then we get this false radar data that's returned back. And that's the stuff that we're seeing on radar that actually is not a storm. James Otten, a meteorologist at the National Weather Service in Lincoln, explains how these turbines are impacting the radar.
Especially when they're closer to the radar, as they're further away, we don't see the impact because the radar beam's already well above the wind farm itself and the turbulence that it generates. But as they're closer in, such as like Macon County, especially Logan County, DeWitt, McLean, Tazewell, that's where the disruption really is the greatest, and that's where we want to focus and put more spotters in those areas so they can tell us what's going on in those areas we can't see.
Now, a spotter is someone trained to see what's going on at ground level of a storm. Then that info can be relayed back to the National Weather Service for faster and better warnings. Tim Wright has his eyes on the storms. He's a storm spotter in Macon County.
It's really important to have the individuals out on the streets. Storm spotters can actually go out, position themselves safely, and we can see the storm actually before it affects in a community.
Each spring they conduct spotter training classes for free to get those eyes on the storms. But it's not just about knowing the difference between a wall cloud and a shelf cloud.
We want them to be safe while they're doing this because they're volunteers, they're not getting paid, but we want them to provide good information because their information can lead to a better response.
Just a few more spotter training classes remain for this year. If you're interested, head to our website, WCI.com, for a list to see how you can attend.